We are the Thunderbolts!
As much as I love you, David Harbour. No, you're wrong. You're actually... Today, we are finally covering the Thunderbolts. Or should I say, the new Avengers. Put B-roll there, or something. Yeah, we're going to be talking about this movie today because, first of all, it's just a great movie, I'm going to just say it. And secondly, this has very big implications for the future. Like, inside and outside the universe. So, let us just get into it. I'm trying to find a better screen recorder so you don't have to see this pesky top bar. You can see the time, the date, the everything. I'm trying to find a better editing software. So if anybody has one, just like comment it or something. And let me start off by saying this. Yelena is a fantastic main character. I thought she was very good in Black Widow. Like, I thought Black Widow was not that bad of a movie, so... Yeah, and she was great here, and it ties into the message so well with Bob and everything, but we'll get into that near the end of the video. But we start with her, and she's at her lowest. She's just depressed. It's just this whole Black Ops thing. It's just a 9 to 5 at this point. But she goes in here, in this facility, like, to wipe evidence that Val still needs wiped. And... he goes and gets it. That's a blanket. She gets it, she wipes it. And, we just see her at her lowest. And then she goes to see her father, the Red Guardian, put him up on the screen. And then, it's like, it gets all this, like, your wife's nothing too, like, what do you know, type of thing. And then, Val, you know, she's trying to keep her job and not go to federal prison. So she needs all her evidence wiped. That includes all of her agents. So she goes, sends her agents to the same place unknowingly, all to kill each other. Like, and then, let's go to that scene now. So this is the scene where we first see Ghost, John Walker, and Taskmaster. We all love Taskmaster. So they all start fighting each other. That brings me to another point. Even though the action's very spread out in this movie, besides the third act, which we'll get into, it's very good. Very raw and organic. It's not very CGI heavy. Like, it's just really solid action scenes. Like, and then Taskmaster gets shot in the head. Womp womp. Everybody was shocked. Actually, wait. No! Taskmaster! My glorious Taskmaster, how could this ever happen to her? And Marvel needs to be sniped. Okay, you know, we're gonna go to Kevin Feige right now. It was this scene, right here. So, Taskmaster gets shot in the head, and then they meet this lovable boy. His name is Bob. They're like, bro, how'd you get in here? He's like, I don't know. I was just here. He's already adorable. He's Bob. But then, the room gets incinerated. Now they gotta find a way out. Like, and Ghost, like, opens the door for them with their powers. Like, let me talk about Ghost for a second, actually, while I'm here. Because she didn't get a lot to do in this movie character-wise. She's just kind of, like, there. But her powers are very cool. She's pretty likable. Like, and, yeah, her powers make her very unique fight scenes because she's the only one of the Thunderbolts that's not some kind of soldier and that actually has some superpowers. So that was really cool. And John Walker over here, he's just being Dollar Tree Captain America again. Still trying to be Dollar Tree Captain America. Not nearly as bad. He's just very depressed. So, yeah, they get out, like, what's it called? Emperor's New Groove style. Like, of this giant tunnel. Like they gotta get up to the upper levels. Like, and they just do this Emperor's New Groove style thing where they like hold on to each other's backs and like go up or put it on the screen. Like, you'll know what I'm talking about. But then they get up there, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention one thing. Like, when the room's incinerating before Ghost opens the door, it's like Joanna just accepts her fate. Like, okay, I'm dying here. When that's crazy. That ties into the theme. Like, I'll get into the theme later. But they get out, and Elena and Bob start to have a little heart-to-heart to each other. But then Elena touches Bob, and then she shows up in her past, her worst memory, killing one of her friends, or getting one of her friends killed to pass a test. Like, something she's regretted all her life, and that led her down a dark path, and that's really traumatized her. But then, boom, she's back. And then we get this really cool scene. Val sends all of the soldiers to go get them, and then Red Guardian just happens to be driving the limo. And he's like, oh no, I gotta go save him. So they had another really cool action scene with these soldiers in the hallway. Like also, this movie's hilarious too. Like, John Walker brings some laughs. Of course, Red Guardian, but we'll get into Red Guardian, don't worry about it. But then they end up getting out. Bob creates a distraction, gets shot a bunch, but then he gets back up. And then it's revealed that he has powers and he can fly. See, Bob was a part of Project Sentry, a project to create an ultimate superhuman since all the Avengers were seemingly gone. Like, created by Val, and that's what she needed White, but now she's like, maybe I could just, like, use this now and say, this is what I've been working on, a new superhero. So she does just that. And this is when Red Guardian comes in. There's this really funny scene where Red Guardian's like, Joanna! And it's like, oh no, I don't know that guy. Please, Joanna! It was so funny. So they all get in the limo. They all start talking about what the heck they're gonna do. And then Red Guardian's like, what about that soccer team? Like, that's where the name came from, the Thunderbolts. And then the soldiers start chasing them again. They're getting destroyed. And then Bucky Barnes comes in. I should probably mention how he even got into the story. Okay, so Bucky is a congressman now, and he's like not overseeing, but like watching like the trial, like the council meetings of Val and her suspicious activities. And Bucky's trying to investigate this himself. Like, and he's like, you're not slick. So he uses her assistant Mel, who's a pretty okay character, to kind of get some intel of what the heck's going on. He discovers that the Thunderbolts, like her shadow ops, are the last piece of evidence that she needed gone. So he has to go save them. And saying that, he goes and saves them. He blows up all the cars, including their car. And then he captures them. This is a really funny scene, too. It's like they're telling him everything that happened with, like, Bob and the Sentry Project. And Buggy's like, yeah. And he gets a call from Ellen. It's like, yeah, all this happening. They're like, yeah, Sentry. It's hilarious. Like, you have to watch it to understand it. So now they are going to New York for Sentry Cell. There's also this one really funny scene where Red Guardian's like, oh, what type of super serum you get? And Buggy's like, I don't know, normal one, Hydra. He's like, ooh, fancy. I got Russian one. It was so funny. Like, why'd they have a conversation about some super serum? It's hilarious. And this is when this team is really like a team now. Like, but now we get back to our lovable Bob. So Bob is in this room, like, captured by Val. But then Val, this is like a metaphor. This is like a metaphor because Bob is, as you can tell, he's not a very good, or he's not a very well person. he's like a drug addict. He's just really depressed, and that's why he was picked for the Sentry Project. Like, people at their lowest being brought to the heights by their new super abilities. But I think Val like manipulating his emotions like this into like becoming the superhero she wants him to is like a metaphor for like people that aren't emotionally strong, getting manipulated by people they think they can trust, but they really manipulate them for their own benefit. So it's not really a cool metaphor, but like, it's a metaphor. It's a true metaphor. Like this show, some people won't care, but yeah. And then Val like touches Bob's hand, and we get a peek into her backstory a little bit. She accidentally got her father killed, and that's why she gets kind of on this path. It's not a lot of an explanation, but still, it's an explanation, a little bit. So now they show up to New York. So they show up to Zoo York. They break in, and then Val's like, "Oh, I've been expecting all y'all. Come in, come in." Like, and then they're just like, "It's over, Val. We're about to get you." And then she's like, "I don't think so." And then John just says like, "Yeah, I think so." And then Val's like, "All right, JV Captain America." It wasn't even the joke. It's the fact that he was about to pull out the gun. He's so insecure. He said some junior varsity Captain America. That was hilarious, dude. But then we get Bob coming down the stairs and is now Sentry. Like, this is practically what he looked like, by the way. It's a great suit. It's a little over-paneled, but that's just MCU and modern superhero movies. And also, like, Val told him to dye his hair. That's crazy. That's just a violation. And it's like, Bob, this isn't you. And then now this distrust is being put in him. It's like, no, maybe I can't trust you. So they all jump him, and he basically just beats them in one place. He's like, extremely overpowered. And then Val's like, okay, good, kill them. But then Sentry's like well, they're not a threat to me. Why would I kill them? So the Thunderbolts get away onto the street. And then Sentry's like, why would a god need to take orders from you? And then he starts to choke Val. And then Val activates the kill switch. And it's like, oh, dang it. Our Sentry is a bust. And then the void starts consuming Bob's body. It's just kind of like their falling out moment-ish, I guess. Like, Yelena kind of has a breakdown, like we're just losers, we fail. And then Red Guardian and Yelena had this really nice conversation, like, you were never my dad. You were just in the slums, you're just a bum. Like, and I'm just the bum, I'm just a loser, I'm all alone. And then Red Guard, like, and Alexi's like, you are never alone. There'll always be somebody there, and that you always brought the light to the room the second you walked in. Like, I'm not explaining it well enough, but it was a very nice conversation. But then we get where is he? Then we get the Void pulling up, and he's just causing havoc. Like, things are getting destroyed. Like, he causes helicopter to crash. And the Thunderbolts, they go around, they start saving people. And it's like, hey, who are these guys? And it's like they're a bunch of superheroes. And there's this one scene where Red Guardian saves this little girl in a fashion like Superman. And then the Void just turns into a shadow. It was like a jump scare. That was crazy. But the city starts to get overcome with the Void. So Yelena, like, having that relationship with Bob, kind of decides to go into the Void to try and find him. So she goes deep into the Void, deep into her past. Like, and she just, like, needs to follow the light. And she gets to Bob, and it's like, this is the only sanctuary. I can always stay in here. And then Yelena, I forgot to mention, she said something earlier about, like, just bottle up your emotions. Like, it won't come out. And then here she realizes, like, shoving them down won't help, because it will all eventually explode. You're never alone, dude. And it's like, it's so beautiful. Like, I'm not explaining good enough. But then the Void starts trying to overtake them still. And the other Thunderbolts enter the Void. Somehow, don't worry about it. And they end up escaping and beating the Void, or suppressing the Void, because you can never truly beat it. Like, and then they walk out into the street. Everybody's like, yay, woo. This is another problem I have. This is one problem I have. The movie ends really abruptly. Because after that beautiful message and beautiful final act, like that group hug, everything, loved it. They just walk out to try and confront Val, and then she just has this whole crowd, and she has a microphone and everything. And Val's like, okay, guys, this is actually what I was working on. These are the new Avengers. Boom, that's the title. And that was okay. And then the movie just ended. Like, but then we see in the credits, there's a lot of backlash to these people being the new Avengers. It's like they're bad guys. They're evil. They're the Dark Avengers. I thought it was really cool that everybody wasn't happy with it. The mid-credit scene is Red Guardian in the supermarket trying to sell this woman the cereal box. It was hilarious. It was so good. But then the the post-credit scene is the one that really matters. So this is 14 months after the movie has ended. And now they're all settled in. They have these new suits. They look pretty cool. And then Bucky's like, Bucky explains to them that Sam Wilson is not very happy either with these people being the new Avengers. And that Bucky's okay with it. He even filed a copyright for the name Avengers. So this is a theory. All of those young Avengers that we have in the cast are going to be assembled by Sam Wilson to kind of combat this team. But then they're going to have to work together to defeat Doom. So, yeah. Like, and then we see, like, there's, like, an interspatial disruption. And then we see on the monitor there's an incoming spacecraft entering the near, it's entering. And then we see that, put it up on the screen, it is the Fantastic Four spaceship. So, this has implications. I think that the Fantastic Four world will get destroyed by the Galactus at the end of that movie, and that's how they end up at the MCU. And then Doom's meddling with everything. So, here's what I think is going to happen. This is my doomsday theory now. Fantastic Four is going to show up. They're going to make, Doom's jumping every single universe. We got to stop him. We need your help. And we need the heroes' help. So they team up with the Fantastic Four. And then, because of, rifts in time and space, the X-Men show up. The Sam Wilson theme is we need your help. So it's all, a civil war and race to Doom. To Loki. And Doom's going to try and put the Avengers team against each other. That's what I think. But now, let's go into my final thoughts of this movie. Yeah. This movie, for me personally, is a top 10. Because of its great characters, its very good action, and its beautiful message. It's a solid 9 out of 10. I'd highly recommend this to go see. Sinners is up next for my Yap Sessions. Editing this one is going to be a little bit of a nightmare, but it's okay. It's okay. I think everything's done. No, it's not. Subscribe, do all that stuff. Go watch DXR, watch my other videos. Bye.